So everybody has something that they want to do with their life. As entrepreneurs, as speakers, as authors, everybody has something that they want to accomplish. And you sit down and you figure out these things that you want to do. And so what I always tell people is, that's great and that's fine, but what got you here won't get you there. What got you here won't get you there. There comes a point where you have to sit down and you have to look at where you are in order to figure out how you're going to get to where you want to go. Before you know how you're going to get there, you got to know where you are. That's like saying, I want to make $1 million next year, but you don't even know how much you're making now, or you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know what you need to improve. You have to sit down and do a self-assessment. So I came up with this program, and it's called What's Your Score? And basically what I do is we identify the most important areas in your life. So I did this with a client the other day, and I'm gonna use that. So we're only gonna do 3 right now. So what are the 3 most important areas in your life? So when I asked her, she said relationships. I'm putting an R for relationships. And I said, what's the second most important area in your life? She said her health. And the third one was, I'm gonna put a B and an F for business and finance. So this is all about effort versus results. So I asked the question on a scale from 0 to 100%, how much effort? From 0 to 100%, how much effort are you putting in? Question. In your relationship, on that scale from 0 to 100%, how much effort are you putting into your relationship? Not time, effort. What are you doing? What are you going above and beyond the call of duty for? What is making you uncomfortable? Are you stretching yourself? How much effort? She came back and she said 30%. She's putting in 30%. I asked her, how much effort are you putting into your health, into exercising, eating right, and being physically fit? She came back and she told me 60%. Then I went and I asked, I said, how much effort are you putting into your business and your finances? And she said 60%. So in the 3 most important areas of her life, she's putting in 30% in relationships, 60% in her health, and 60% in her business, her career, and her finances. So the way this What's Your Score works is we take these areas and we bring them down and we add them up and we divide them by 3. We get the average. So 60 and 60 is 120 and 30 is 150 divided by 3 is 50%. So look, this 50% is her score. Is her overall score for the 3 most important areas in her life. That's not even average. That's failing. If your child come home with a 50 on a test, or they got in a grade in a class, they got a 50, what you gonna do? 50% is not acceptable. So in anything that you wanna do with your life, when you sitting down and you start looking at the 3 most important areas, you're only giving 50%. How can you jump off and endeavor to make more money and you only giving 60%? How are you really gonna get your health together and you're only giving 60%? And the crazy thing, this is how it works. So, we all watch Steph Curry, the basketball player, and everybody is in amazement, in myself, in the way he plays. He just shoot, but that's because he practices. And it's this thing called muscle memory. So the more you do something, the more you practice it, your muscles tend to remember, and you tend to be able to do it with ease, what looks to be ease. But it's called muscle memory. So what I explained to her is, this 50% has now developed muscle memory. And what's happening when you do decide to go past 60% in your health, you might want to run a few extra miles. When you do decide to go past the 60% effort in your business and finances, you might decide to put a little more effort into your job. And if you do decide to put more effort in your relationship, when you start to do that, this 50% kicks in and your body says, whoa, you trying to do 80. I'm only used to doing 50. I'm comfortable right here. And because you're not used to stretching yourself, you then shut down and you go right back to that 50%. And this becomes a cycle. So you ask the question, well, Kendall, look, how do we get past this 50%? It's all about practice. There's a few things you got to figure out. First of all, why? You got to have a why. I'm gonna put that right here, put it down twice. So the why, your reason for making these things the most important area, and your reason for increasing the effort, your why has to be more powerful and more important than your why not. Let me tell you what I mean. So your why, let's just say for health, your why is you really want to lose weight, you might be sick, but you got a powerful why. You're doing it to be a better example for your children. Whatever that why is, let's say that's the why. There's gonna come days when you don't feel like getting up and exercise. There's gonna come days where you're not gonna wanna eat right. Those are the days when your why has to kick in and be more powerful than the why not. And you always got to keep that why in front of you. You always have to keep the reason why you're doing everything you're doing. Because those days when the why not kick in, because why not to be like, yo, you ain't got to get up. Nah, we can chill. We worked out hard yesterday. You don't have to do that. And your why got to kick in. The other thing is, I asked the question, what are some of the obstacles? All right, so my spelling, don't trip. What are some of the obstacles that are keeping you from increasing your effort in these areas? And you know, people come up with a whole bunch of different obstacles. They got a bunch of different obstacles, and everybody says a lot of different things. It's only one obstacle. It's you. It's you. You're the only obstacle. And it's because these things are not as important as you think they are. You want what this looks like, but you don't want what it feels like. Putting in more effort requires more work. And you want a good relationship, you want great health, and you want a great business and finance, but you don't want to put the effort in, the necessary effort to get it, because your why is not strong enough and more powerful enough to stop you from putting in that effort, and you haven't recognized that you are the biggest obstacle. I can get you through it. Here's the easiest way. Identify one area at a time. Let's just say we're gonna start with the relationship, right there. So how do you increase this score? First, let's figure out why you're only putting in the 30%. There's a reason why. Once you figure out your reason for only putting in 30, don't trip. Every day you practice. Practice improves performance. Say it again. Practice improves performance. So every day you just put in 2 to 5% more effort. So with your relationship, let's just say you came home, and let's just say it's with your significant other, and you came home from work and he didn't do something or she didn't do something, and you're upset in your mind. The 2% effort is, instead of me going off today, I'm just gonna calm down and just give love as opposed to giving anger. That's a 2% effort, that's an increase. And every day you figure out small wins, small ways to increase 2% for 1 week. By the end of that week, you back up to 5%, that's 35%. And you do that every week until you get that number up. While you're doing this in this one area, you are now developing momentum because you're doing the small wins. The small wins will develop the momentum. While you're increasing this, your momentum will carry over into your health. And you do the same thing with the health. Small wins, and you practice every day. The momentum then will carry over into your business and your finance. All across the board, your effort will increase because of small wins. I'm down here way at the bottom, it's all right. But anyway, this is called What's Your Score? Something that I'm working on right now. Boy, this thing is so powerful. Every time I share this with somebody, when I did myself, put it like this, when I did my score, and I think at the time when I did it, I was 78. I was just above average, but not anywhere where I needed to be. So I had to 2 to 5% in every area in order to increase my score. So the last time I did it, I was like 85%. I still want to get to 100 because now I'm understanding what my why is. I'm understanding what momentum does. I'm understanding that I have to practice, and I'm understanding the purpose of doing all this. It's for me to engage in consistent action, because if I can get this together, then any endeavor in my business life that I take on, I'm right there. So we're going right back to what's your score? And what got you here won't get you there.